Welcome back to another episode of The Natty Teacher. I am, of course, your host. Who else but the Natty Teacher? And today, we got a favorite of mine. Pull B. Now, it's a favorite for a couple different reasons. One, mentally, I have a nice, I don't want to say it's relaxing. It's not a relaxing workout by any means, but I will say as far as on a scale of 1 to 10 of like my most grueling workouts, this one's like a 7. You know what I mean? It's really not the most overly fatiguing training session I have in the week. Some of my sessions are, some of them aren't. You know what I mean? It's just kind of how it is. Like I know both my leg days are up there. My main pull session, my pull A session's a pretty physically taxing one. This is still obviously a tough workout for sure, just not quite on the same level of just like overall fatigue. Okay, also this one has a nice wide variety. Have like a cable row, a chest supported row, then we have a neutral grip pull down, and some assisted chin-ups. So this one, again, it's just kind of a nice variety of movements. I really enjoy it. It's just a fun workout. Definitely a fun workout. So, and that's for the back portion, that is. Then, of course, we have some rear delt work and some bicep work. So, like I already said, kind of just ran you through the bulk of the exercises there. So those 4 movements for back, rear delt work just from some machine rear delt flies, I should say. And then to close out for biceps today, we have some, I'll probably change it up a little bit just purely because I've been kind of feeling it. Either it's going to be just some dumbbell hammer curls, but unilateral, meaning doing them one at a time, so like one arm at a time, dumbbell hammer curls, and then some single arm cable curls, or never mind, that'll be it. So it's going to go from a bilateral hammer curl to just a single arm, alternating, single arm dumbbell hammer curl. So getting just a little bit more, I think I'll be able to get just a little bit more out of that right now. My arms are pretty strong right now. Like I feel like I've accumulated a pretty fair amount of strength in my arms. So I want to kind of test the waters with how doing like a single arm hammer curl will go. So, anyways, excuse me. That's the session. That's what I got. I'm going to get into the gym, make sure I do some mobility work, get the lats firing, get the back ready to rock and roll, and go into there. So again, first exercise is a single arm cable row. Again, really trying to keep that elbow not fully tucked. I don't like to just keep it like too rigid to the side, but mostly tucked to the side of the body and driving that elbow through and to the side of the body. I see a lot of people, they'll pull way behind their back. So like when they row, they'll pull way in behind, and you're losing a ton of tension in the actual back and a lot of lat and back activation when you go further and further back. Do I think it's the worst thing in the world? No, of course not. But I just have found my back benefits the most, and I would assume that the vast majority of people would benefit from a similar type of rowing pattern. So rowing the elbow to the side of the body, maybe slightly behind the side of the body, very, very slight, but just to the side of the body should be more than enough. So like I said, I'm going to get in there, get some mobility work going, get warmed up, ready to rock and roll, and I will catch you guys for top set of single arm cable rows coming at you right about now. All right, so first up, we got some single arm cable rows. Man, they were feeling strong on this day. I'll tell you what, I think we had 210 pounds on here per arm. Feeling really, really good. Feeling nice and strong again, trying to drive that arm through the back part of the lat. Not too far back. We don't want to drive that elbow too far back. But again, training pretty close to failure and, get a nice good squeeze here. Going from there, top set, back off set with this. Then same concept, top set, back off set here. You are seeing the top set, keeping everything in that 6 to 8 rep range. Getting a nice squeeze in the back, making sure we're controlling that weight, not just whipping and throwing it around. And it felt really, really good. Again, driving those elbows to the side of the body, maybe slightly through the side of the body. We don't need to drive them way behind our back. That absolutely is not going to increase your back muscle or anything like that. Just bring it to the side and you're good to go from there. Top set, back off set with that, like I said. Then we had a close grip pull down. This one I might have overshot the weight a little bit. I really do try to still stick to like sets of 6 to 8 for my top set. I think I got a top set of 5 here. But yeah, we overshot just a little bit here, but that was okay. I'd rather overshoot the weight a little bit than undershoot and get, way more than I thought. I would rather challenge myself. So top set, back off set here, felt really good. Then we have some assisted chin-ups here. Again, same concept here, except we actually did 2 top sets, I guess you could say, because we kept the weight on for my top set for my second working set here as well. Felt really, really good, and is one of those movements that's a great way to end a pull session for sure. So great stuff here. A lot of fun. Really enjoyed this session, or this portion of the session, these back movements, and yeah, we'll go from there. So after this, though, that is when we moved into our machine rear delt flies. Again, guys, the way that I generally work these bad boys is I will build up to a top set. I usually just jump right into a top set because I'm pretty fairly warmed up at that point. Whatever base, that's one of the huge positives of keeping a logbook is you can just kind of like, all right, this is the weight I used last week. I was comfortable with it. Let me add 2.5 or 5 pounds or whatever, see if I can rep match. And if I do, we can keep moving up. And if we don't, then we'll stay at that weight for a little bit until we get it. So this one, I do keep the reps slightly higher. You will see this one is in that 8 to 10 rep range. I try not to go way too far above 10, especially if they're 10 really tight ones. But 3 working sets here on that one, all with the top weight. Then we did some dumbbell hammer curls here. I haven't done dumbbell hammer curls like this in quite some time. I've spent a lot of time doing bilateral dumbbell hammer curls, meaning I curl both dumbbells at the same time. So it was nice to kind of go to a unilateral here. And yeah, so nothing super crazy here. Using, I think, the 55-pound dumbbells here. These felt pretty heavy. Again, this is an exercise that I have not done in quite some time. So I'm excited to continue to work with these bad boys and get these reps and weight up pretty quickly here. But yeah, so top set here, did drop the weight on our second working set, I think to the 50s, and hit that for a set of somewhere between 8 and 10, I think closer to 8. So it felt good, still felt strong, but definitely am, looking to get these into the, get these a little bit heavier than what we're working with here with the 55. So again, form was solid though, kept the technique nice and tight and all that kind of fun jazz. Then single arm cable curls, obviously we do this one with both arms just at different times. Again, really making sure that we are just driving that hand up through, getting a nice hard curl and going from there. I like to take maybe 1 to 2 steps out from the cable tower. That's about it. You don't got to walk way out here. But we're using like 80 pounds here. Like this is one that I've been able to progressively overload pretty effectively while keeping my technique pretty tight. And I love the tension on these bad boys. It's a phenomenal bicep builder. Again, same concept here, guys. Top set, back offset, nothing super crazy. And then I'll talk about it in the outro. Did work some, do some direct ab work as well. See you in the outro.
Pull B session in the freaking books. And man, that was yet again another phenomenal session. I will say I didn't record machine crunches at the end, so I did do 3 working sets of machine crunches for the abs. Essentially, again, kind of what I've been doing right now is on my push days, minus yesterday I didn't do calves. I'm really, put it this way, I'm trying to train calves 3 times per week, and I'm trying to train abs at least twice a week right now. So some of that accessory work that kind of gets forgotten, especially as you get deeper and deeper into an off season and you're getting stronger on your big lifts and all that kind of stuff. You can tend to forget some of the smaller stuff. But I've really been, happy with, being able to stay on top of that. And I've been, again, doing my best to stay on top of that, which I have been. But yeah, phenomenal session, man. Absolutely stellar session. Felt really good. Strength was awesome. Right where I'd want it to be right now, and really only climbing. So, yeah, really digging the top sets of 6 to 8, back off sets of 8 to 10. That seems to be kind of my sweet spot to where I'm not getting cardiovascularly overly exhausted. You know what I mean? But at the same time, am getting a lot of good stimulation to the muscles. So, yeah, no doubt about that. I'm very happy with where my training's at right now. So, just feels good. Feels like I can recover from it. That's a really big thing, is the recovery aspect. Like, obviously, if I'm going in there and busting my butt, and I can't recover from it, not a whole lot of knowledge to that one. Not a really big point to that one, I'll tell you what. So, yeah, like I said, phenomenal session. I am starving. I had to run off to Walmart real quick, so that added a few minutes onto my evening, my post-workout, regiment, which is normally just going home and eating right away. But I am starving, very hungry. So I'm going to get home and smash some food down for sure. I have 2 meals left for the evening, and really all I got to do tonight is make a little bit of food, pack some food, and that's about it. Nothing super crazy. So, nice short week this week, with Easter break and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just excited to have a nice long weekend, get some good training in. Got a good heavy leg workout tomorrow, and then after that we have a nice rest day, so that'll be cool. that's it, man. Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, this has been a really good training week for sure. So nice first week back after the deload. So gotta love it. Anyways, yeah, I can keep rambling on about nothing for a long time. That's all I got. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Again, guys, means a lot to me. It means a lot to the continued growth of the channel. So thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I ain't got nothing but love for y'all. So thank you again. Make sure you like the video if you actually liked it. Of course, give it a share. Let your friends know about the Natty teacher. And drop any comments, questions, or feedback you got down for me in the comments section below. When I see it, I'll respond to it. And again, I've been throwing this in my outros because I'm trying to expand very slightly, very, very slightly. If you guys are interested in any sort of online coaching, again, I want to make sure I preface this as clearly as I can. I am not, a Mr. Olympia coach. I am not a Mr. Olympia competitor. I am just a guy who has trained now for 12 years very religiously and has kind of worked out the quirks for what works in a diet and what doesn't, on top of training and bodybuilding prep and all that kind of fun jazz. I have I'd like to think I have a decent eye for it, but again, I'm not going to come out here and say I'm some self-proclaimed guru that can prep Samson Dauda or Hadi Jupin or Derek Lunsford, or some of these big Olympia guys. That could. I wouldn't be able to do that effectively. But if you are an amateur competitor looking to maybe compete for the first time, or you competed once and you really want to bring a better package and you want a second pair of eyes that is a very inexpensive cost compared to your average prep coach, I think I'm your guy. Well, let me back that up. In that case, I know I'm your guy. Also, if you're just a lifestyle client, I feel like I haven't really pitched this in there as much. If you're just somebody who wants to lose weight, put on muscle, and make progress in the gym, you feel like you've kind of stalled out a little bit, again, please feel free to reach out to me on Instagram, just at the Natty Teacher, or on TikTok, also at the Natty Teacher, and go from there. So you could even drop a comment down below, and we can exchange information somehow through the YouTube channel if that's something you're comfortable with. So I would prefer Instagram, to be completely honest. Anyways, so that's it. That's all I got. So God bless everybody. Appreciate y'all again for tuning in. But this episode of Road to Natty Pro is out. I will catch y'all on the next one.